Hello friends. I think we had our last snow of this season, and if you can't tell, spring has definitely come to the bower. In the 2 years I've been here, I've never seen the magnolia look like this, so I'm very excited. But what I want to talk about is over here. So I have a large forsythia, and I was talking with a friend, and she told me that forsythia blossoms are edible. And I actually need to reduce the size of my forsythia because it is drowning out my azalea, which is here next to it. Now, she told me that not only are forsythia blossoms edible, my uranium glass bowl glowing, they can be turned into a syrup, like an edible syrup. So I'm a big fan of elderflower cordial and cocktails. So I was wondering how the flavor compares. And so I'm going to pluck some blossoms after I taste this one. see what it tastes like. And make some syrup. So stay tuned. Well, let's just try one. I mean, if it tastes terrible, then there's no point in making the syrup. So this could be a very short video. Here we go. Doesn't really have a flavor. Just so I wonder. Let's give it a good smell. I mean, I think it's worth a shot. I'm gonna pick some blossoms, and we'll go from there. The quest for edible goodness has begun. All right, I'm just starting with about a cup of these. I'm gonna rinse them and then look up the recipe again to make sure I have everything I need and go from there. Okay, friends, so I have rinsed the leaves, made sure that they were pest free. And some of the ones I picked had like little bits of branch left on it, so I took that off. There were a couple different methods on the internet. One involved making the syrup and then putting the flowers in it to sit overnight. I'm not sure how much flavor that would actually pull from it. So there were a couple other recipes I found that recommend making a forsythia tea, allowing that to steep overnight, and then using that to make a simple syrup. So I think that's the route we're going to go. I have just over a cup of blooms here. I've got my kettle on. I've got some hot water preparing. I will cover the flowers with an equal amount because there's about a cup of flowers, so I'm going to do a cup of water. And then it will steep overnight. So either tonight, tomorrow this time, maybe the next day. We'll see if I remember. Fingers crossed. So stay tuned. The next step of the quest to come. Welcome back, friends. Today is day 2, and I'm actually doing this on day 2. So my forsythia tea has been steeping in the fridge overnight. It kind of looks like banana peppers, but it's not. It's flowers. So we're going to strain that. Let me turn you around. So we're going to take the forsythia tea and strain it. Let's give it a smell, actually. Can you smell it? I'm going to smell it. It just smells planty, not sweet at all. So I'm going to pour it through the strainer, get all the liquid out, see how much there is, and then put an equal amount of sugar into this pot and cook it down. And then we're going to see what the syrup tastes like. Stay tuned. The syrup has been boiled and I've put it in a sterilized mason jar. I'm going to let it cool here. There's the remnants of the flowers. I'm going to let it cool here and then I'll give it a taste on something later this evening. Stay tuned. Good evening. We are on day 3 of the forsythia experiment. And we're going to try it in a mocktail. Really, I'm just making a spritzer. So, here we have the syrup. It's a gorgeous yellow color. I might need to run outside and get a bloom to garnish. I'll be right back. So here we are. Here's the syrup. I've got a small cup with ice. I don't want to make a big one in case I don't like it. Some pretty blossoms to, let me see, my auto light's turning off. I'm going to start with a teaspoon. Teaspoon of syrup. Let me smell it. Okay. No, you know what? We're going to do 2 teaspoons. Because this sparkling water has no flavor. Okay. Let's open it. I should have done this before I started recording. Ooh. Nearly had an explosion. Okay. So, we're just gonna do a little bit of bubbles. Just gonna mix it with this. Do you like my pretty Seneca peacock glass? All right. Let me turn you around and we'll get a verdict. Okay, I moved somewhere a little cozier. Haven't tried it yet, so here we go. There's no real scent. Hello, Malcolm. It's very faint. Now, if you remember, I did add a little bit of vanilla, which I think was a good call. I used that vanilla stevia. But I taste the flower. It's more intense than the flower by itself was, which was good because when I ate the flower by itself, it tasted like a flower. If you've had like edible violets and stuff, it's kind of like that. So this kind of tastes like a liquid sugared violet. So if you've had sugared flowers before, then you kind of know what this tastes like. Now I am interested to see what a little gin mixed with this does, but I have plenty, so that's going to be an experiment for another time. Let me know what you think. Have you made any garden herbal cordials or syrups? If so, please let me know. I recently saw the fact that magnolia can be used, can be pickled and eaten. So there could be another foray into kitchen witchcraft. That's what I felt. I told my friend that I felt like a hedge witch when I was picking these and turning it into tea and then into a syrup. I like the term cordial better. So my forsythia cordial as a drink is delightful. So I might have to make some more. Success. Witchy quest number 1 complete. Hmm, it's growing on me. I mean, it could just be the fact that it tastes sweet. But haven't I do the it's more of like a hint of forsythia is there. So if you've done anything like this, let me know in the comments. What would you use the syrup for? I might actually this weekend make some pancakes and see what it's like with this drizzled over it. I mean, it's better than the faux maple stuff I have in my cabinet right now. Cheers, everybody. Happy spring. Last minute addition to the video. I put some of my syrup in this, excuse me, I'm sorry, my cat. Malcolm, get down. Trying again. So I put some of my forsythia syrup in here with 2 ounces of gin, and then I topped it off with sparkling water. Put it in a Popples glass because life is short, y'all. You know, we all should be party popple. Here we go. Hello. Oh, that's so good. It works really well with the gin. Yeah. Forsythia syrup.